If there's one artist who's going to test you the most on can you separate the art from the artist, it's going to be GG Allin. GG Allin, if you don't know who he is by freak chance, is probably the most disturbed person to ever exist in rock and roll or punk music, which is probably more apt to what he was doing. And it is by far one of the most interesting tales probably in music. GG, born Jesus Christ Allin, was basically a serial killer in musical form and is probably one of the few artists who sings about evil who isn't LARPing. Nowadays, I feel like most artists that you see who sing about evil or sing about their misdoings, especially in the metal scene, you'll catch dudes with names like Grave Desecrator Steve or Exhume Me Eric, and you catch all these really crazy characters, and yet when you see them in an interview, they're quite tame and they're not really exactly what you expect them to be. GG Allin is worse probably in real life than he would have been on stage. He is probably the bottom of the barrel. The world is probably a better and safer place without him. That being said, give credit where credit's due. He was the real deal. For better or for worse, GG meant what he was doing. And sometimes I find that oddly, I don't want to say refreshing because there's really nothing fresh or clean about GG Allin. The point is, GG Allin was the real raw deal, fully rotten to the core, really just a nasty bastard. And I have a collection of some GG items I'm going to be showing you here today, so let's dive into my small but cool GG collection. Coming in with my favorite piece of GG Allin merch I own is GG Allin in the anti-scene with Murder Junkies. I'm a cool motherfucker that nothing will hit. I got this forever ago from TKO Records, and honestly, this is probably my favorite of GG's musical output. I think this is one of the last records he did. Don't quote me on that. Go look it up. But goddamn, is it buck wild. Some of my favorite songs on this thing are I Hate People, My Prison Walls, I Love Nothing, 99 Stab Wounds, it's just Sister Sodomy. If you can't tell by the song titles, these are real brutal. This is, I think, when GG really found his groove. He was not just knocking punk tracks, but he was really just some other entity. These songs were very heavy. When you listen to this, I mean, it does go hard. A lot of people claim that GG Allin was just all shock and no substance, but I disagree, man. As far as punk rock goes, if you really want to feel, ripped up, throw on something like My Prison Walls when you get GG Allin, screaming, "You can't escape, never, never, no, my prison walls, never, no." And then you got his vocals where he's just basically, screaming like that into the mic. And it's honestly just one of the rawest, most brutal things that you will ever hear. I think that anyone who's really into, weirdo outsider art should be able to appreciate what GG does on this album. Here's something pretty crazy. GG Allin, Prelude to Destruction. This is a tape that I have. I got it off Marketplace forever ago, many years ago, back when I was a little more into GG Allin. I actually tried to sell this because I'm like, do I really need this? No. To give you a little idea of what's on this thing, let me read the back. GG Allin, Prelude to Destruction. Before the mission and before incarceration, GG Allin was one of the pioneers of extreme punk rock. This video contains footage that shows GG with teeth, hair, and skin without numerous tattoos. This is GG Allin in his early years, before infamy, far from innocence, but before the ultra-violence, playing some of the most exciting music of its era. Due to its vulgar and obnoxious display, it's still not suitable for the family hour. Yeah, and then you get some more like warnings on the front. Rated XXX, not for sale to persons under 18. Quote here from like a paper. He's got to believe his own publicity that he was a public animal. Songs are ranting set to indifferent music encouraged a contempt between performer and audience. I feel like I'm possessed, says Allin. There's nothing anyone can say to make me change. For better or for worse, GG was the real deal. And like I said, I don't have a cassette player, but I also tried to look this up on YouTube and there wasn't much out there. So yeah, I'd be curious to give this the watch again and see what's on here. low-key scary. You never know what you're getting into with GG Allin shit. One of my more recent acquisitions, and this is probably one of his, I think it's one of his earlier albums, and it's a little more punky. It's a little more like pop. I don't want to say popish because it's not quite that. It's a little more just like generic punk on here. Not to say that it's boring. I mean, it's awesome. Songs like Bored to Death, which is one of my favorite GG songs.
I am bored today. I'm just so bored of the human race. I'm so bored with life. I don't matter what I say.
I am bored to death. Again, dude, like, say what you will about him, but like songs like that being sung by a guy like this, you cannot deny that it is metal as fuck, that it goes hard as fuck. It's impressive that someone of this amount of decrepitude could produce anything, let alone several pretty good albums. Calling them albums is a stretch. They're all like 20 minutes long, you know. They know what they're doing by pressing these albums, dude. It's a easy cash grab for these guys. And you know what? Whatever. One Man Army is awesome. Ass Face. Nah, nah, nah. That's an annoying but fun song. You get it. I mean, you can listen to the album on Spotify yourself. This is an easy one to find. But yeah, it's a fun album to throw on, man. If it wasn't by GG Allin, you might even just think, oh, this is just some outlandish and fun punk music. Lo and behold, it's by a vile, repulsive man who really, really means what he's doing. Check out this picture of him on the back. Look at that young GG. He's even freakier looking when he's like less dirty for some reason, less covered in tattoos. I say this guy is scarier than this guy. I'm not sure why. I mean, this guy looks like he's covered in dirt, or at least I hope it's dirt. Knowing GG, it could be anything, but... Anyways, yeah, man. The album's called Always Was, Is, and Always Should Be. So, yeah, if you haven't checked that out, go ahead and peep it. All right, my last article of GG Allin merch is GG Allin, All in the Family, which is funny because all in, like Allin, you get it. And if you can see, this is signed by Merle Allin, his brother, which is pretty cool, and he wrote me this note on the inside. Here is the signed Allin DVD. Hope you enjoy. Thanks, Merle Allin. Pretty cool thing to own, man. I'm pretty stoked up about this. I hit him up on Instagram, and he just responded and was like, yeah, man, I'll send you one signed. And he was like really nice about it. And I was like, thank you, Merle. Which is, it's crazy, especially watching back at some of the old like Jerry Springer interviews and stuff, you know, and seeing him next to GG and stuff. And then to think that he signed this, a little part of me is like, man, I know Merle makes art with his own caca. I hope he didn't, you know, use the same pen or whatever, you know, to write me this note and to sign my DVD. But if he did, I mean, that's pretty GG of him, I guess. They really were something, man. If you haven't seen that documentary, it's also really good. It's Merle and his mom basically talking about GG and where Merle's at in his life. And, you know, he goes down to GG's grave and he's kicking people away who are basically shitting on GG's grave or pissing on it. And I guess that happened so much that they had to remove his stone, if I recall correctly. It's been a while since I've seen it. But GG fans, I can't imagine what kind of freaks would be into that stuff, you know? Anyways, guys, all right, that's it. That's all my GG Allin stuff. Are you guys a fan? Can you separate the art from the artist? Do you think he was actually good? Let me know down below, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.